Well, hi there, everybody. I'm Power 5 meteorologist Frank Marzullo with you here this afternoon. We are tracking some more rain and storms. Welcome you into News 5 here on Facebook, YouTube channel, wherever you're streaming. We're here for you. Nothing severe right now, but hey, the beauty of social media and being in the palm of your hand, we can come on whenever we need to. Just give you kind of the heads up. And I know Trent was talking this morning about this, that we were going to be looking at some opportunities, at least for some showers and thunderstorms developing. I am not looking at widespread activity that's going to turn severe or, at least widespread severe. We do have some stronger storms that we'll dive into. You can see some of this out towards Norwalk right now, getting ready to move in just to the south of Sandusky. May clip the islands here. We're seeing a little bit of a breakup. You can see in and around Catawba, in and around Port Clinton, getting out towards Put-in-Bay. So that kind of split, but the steadier rain and the heavier downpours coming into areas here this afternoon, talking out towards the Norwalk, Willard area. So we're talking Huron County, out towards Erie County. And there's a lot of heat, a lot of humidity that's going to fuel these. So that's what we're going to go through here over the next couple of minutes or so. And again, I'm not looking at a big severe weather outbreak with any of this. However, there will be opportunities, at least, for some of this to, make itself known for sure. You're going to hear this. So if you're in the pool right now, anywhere along this line, I would definitely start paying attention here. Look up to the skies. I had some cameras pulled up earlier, and I'll show you the camera out towards Sandusky right now. And again, that's looking west, okay? And a lot of this now is pushing to the east and just south of Sandusky. But if you do have friends, family out towards areas of Sandusky, they're probably hearing some thunder and lightning. I don't know for sure yet, but I would imagine, they're hearing the lightning, seeing it a little bit south and west of the park. I would say they're probably going to, suspend some rides here for a little bit. As you can see, a lot of lightning. I mean, within this one thunderstorm cell alone, we have upwards of 111, 110 lightning strikes, and this is just coming into the News 5 viewing area here. And then as we'll go a little bit farther south, we'll work into areas of Norwalk, and you can see how this line, and I'm going to put it into motion in our analysis mode here for you. And we'll put it in motion over the last hour. You can see how a lot of this, kind of broke up, but now starting to fill back in because we have, dew points around that 70-degree mark. We have all the perfect fuel to give us the opportunities here today for some of these storms firing up. Now, I'm not looking at this continuing into the evening. This is a similar scenario to what happened yesterday with some blinding rain, some heavy downpours. And if this continues to strengthen, getting into all this muggy, humid air, Ashland 71 coming out of Mansfield, you could see the opportunity again for some tough travel here with some of these heavier pockets. And then it clears out for the evening. Right now, our late evening hours, if you're going to Luke Bryan down there at Blossom Music Center, you're looking good. I know there's many church festivals going on. St. John Vianney over in Menor. The festivals will get in. There may be an opportunity, at least, for some downpours. And right now, a lot of that downpour opportunity is going to be, especially, I think, of south of Cleveland. I'm not saying we're not going to see the opportunity along the lakeshore of a downpour here this evening or a crack of thunder, but you look at how a lot of this movement right now is going, and a lot of it continues to push itself here. So I'm saying these areas, I'm going to draw it in. I think Medina, you're going to be under the gun here probably in another hour and a half or so of seeing some stronger storms. So a lot of this area, as this is pushing itself to the south and east, and all of this very muggy, humid air mass, well, we're going to deal with the opportunities, at least, for some of these storms to continue to fire up. Now, you continue to give us your comments here in the blocks here. Nick, is that coming our way? Where are you, Nick? Let me know. The nice thing about being on this digital conversation here, it's not always as smooth, right? In TV, we're always, make it smooth, make sure the graphics are here, know what I'm saying, of course, we know what we're saying. But this is just you and I having a little conversation here, and I'm able to zero on in. Let's talk about where some of these storms are going. As I mentioned, Huron County, you're kind of under the gun here for some of these stronger thunderstorms. Let me give you a stop frame and give you a real-time look at the power of 5 right now. And I'll put our lightning tracker on here. You can see quite a bit of lightning, 131 strikes. Bellevue right now, stretching down to the south. And as I take lightning tracker off, we'll give you a track on some of this. And I want to stress to you, this is not severe. But could you have a good downpour for a brief period of time that could create some high water in a couple of these thunderstorm cells? Wouldn't rule that out at all. So I'll give you a track here. And these are moving to the east, Bellevue 257. So coming up here shortly, you're going to get some pretty gusty winds, primarily some heavy downpours and lightning. Will be the biggest concern here. And then Clyde by 233 as this continues to push itself to the east at about 17 miles an hour. I'll give you a few more towns within this as well, as this is just getting ready to move into Bellevue here. And we'll go east at about 17, 15, 16. There we go. Put this into motion. So Bellevue at 238. I'll give you another vantage point here. And this is just coming into the News 5 area here. Moving again east, slightly due south with some of these timestamps here this afternoon. So let me clear this out for you, and we'll take you down to that other storm here right around Bloomville. So this is going to be coming in. There's 224. There's Carruthers. You got Havana right there. And going to come in a little bit closer here. And that one has some pretty good lightning with it too. So that's the thing here with these thunderstorm cells. I just want to kind of come on, because I know it's, we've been talking about storms, and we had some really good downpours yesterday. I mean, my goodness, there was some flash flood warnings, and we had some of that out towards the Ravenna area. And there's the opportunity for some of this to continue to pop. And you'll notice, while some of these may look as if they fizzle out, look right here. We'll come in right north of Shelby. See, you get these quick little popper. Now we wait and see here. Give it another 5-10 minutes. Let's see if this feeds into some of that really moist air out there and all that humidity with those dew points really high, and see if that does strengthen. And if it does, you could get some good downpours. London out towards Gangs, pushing itself to the south and to the east. I'll go over to our dew points here. Let's take a look at these. How are the dew points looking? And dew points, that's your fuel, my friends, for shower and thunderstorm activity. The amount of moisture in the air, those dew points are higher. You're 70 along Sandusky. That's what's really in Norwalk. That's what's really fueled that initial line. Dew points are a little lower the south and east you work. But nonetheless, we've got all the right dynamics for that opportunity for some stronger showers and thunderstorms. Let's see here. Hi, everybody. Stay safe. You're in the path. Hello, Jennifer. How are you? Probably won't see much in Lyndhurst. Hello, Ray. How you doing? My dad grew up in Lyndhurst in the 50s on Aldersgate over there. Let me go back to the radar picture here, Ray, and show you, the east side of Cleveland. Not much going on right now, as we'll come in a little bit closer, and we'll go into our analysis mode here. That gives you just the most current look at the power of 5 as we widen the scope out. I mean, there are some impressive downpours here, and that's why, we just want to see if some of these hold together. I mean, they're ways off. Now, you look, we have a little bit of energy just out of greater Cleveland, getting into western PA out towards Sharon and Hermitage right now. But we do have a good downpour out and around Ashtabula at this hour. So keep that in mind around Plymouth and Munson Hill. Again, none of this is severe, but it's kind of those midday hours. Maybe you're in the office, maybe you're just at home, and you're, got to get the kids from summer camp later and whatnot, just looking ahead to the evening. This is not an all evening event. I promise you that. Okay. But we are going to look here late afternoon and early evening for some of these downpours to continue to push. But yeah, you mentioned it was rain. We were talking about Lyndhurst here. Yeah. I mean, the east side of town right now, you're absolutely fine. So I would say keep hanging out at the pool, do what you need to do. No problems there. But it's really the, west of greater Cleveland at this hour where we're continuing, guys. So this out towards Norwalk. Let me put this into a time lapse for you, and it and this gives us a good opportunity to see if they're holding together. They did hold together for a second, and now we're seeing that line kind of break up a little bit. Notice a lot less in the way, especially near Sandusky, Huron County, a lot less in the way of those darker returns. But you get a little farther south, out towards Bucyrus. And this cluster here, and we'll give you a freeze frame here. This cluster right there, right here. This could get you down. I think it dives a little south of Mansfield, but you notice right out towards New Washington, we've got this another thunderstorm cell. So I think Mansfield, Ashland, within the next 90 minutes, 60, 90 minutes, you're going to get some good downpours. So we're talking even Worcester. So Ashland, Mansfield, you will more than likely get some good downpours here. And even out towards Norwalk, going over the next, 40 minutes. So Huron County, some of this pushing in. Again, it's not moving all very quickly. So that's, it's moving about 17 miles an hour to the east. So that concern for me, and, in the meteorology world, it could put down a lot of rain in a short period of time. So if you're in a low-lying area or whatnot, some flash flooding, there's no warnings or watches or advisories out, I should say. But we could be dealing with some higher water in some of those areas here in these very localized downpours that continue to push themselves. And, just giving you that, that early heads up here as this is, in our western areas, but now starting to come into areas of the News 5 viewing area, whether you watch us on the old television or, of course, you're streaming us here this afternoon, and we do appreciate it. So let's come in a little bit closer here, and let's look at some rainfall rates with this. Wow, this is again this is not a widespread severe weather outbreak by any stretch of the imagination, but as we look at some of the rain rates, I think I already have that pulled up. Let me go over to this graphic there. Been doing this for here at News 5 now for about a month and a half, and I think I finally found my tricks. Okay, so here we go. Let's come in a little bit closer, and you can see some of this rainfall. And I go back over here. We'll click on, and I want to show you the intensity rates. With some of this here this afternoon. Go back. Let's do 3-hour rainfall rate. No, let's just go here. Let's do this one here. So, okay, I'm going to take the lightning off so you can check this out. Okay, so you look within the last hour. I mean, you could see, and again, these are Doppler estimates, and these are very, very isolated areas, but it goes to show you. I mean, with each one of these clusters that continue to push in these localized thunderstorms, each one of them have that magenta color in them. And what that tells me indicated, you could get a quick 4 inches of water within an hour if it just parked itself over you. So these have the potential to give you some high water, some spray up. You got in some rural areas, you got the drainage ditches and whatnot. Of course, we always tell folks, the kids, stay out of those things. You never know where that water is going or where that water is coming from. Kind of nasty as well, but they can be a real danger. So we do have some pretty impressive rainfall rates within this as we clear it out. And it continues to push itself to the east. Now, I'm going to come in a little bit closer out towards Sandusky here. And I really think you're going to be, you're okay out towards Marblehead, Catawba Island. Of course, we've got some rain in and around Catawba right now, but it's light. But we don't have a big severe storm out on the water right now. So if you are in any of those areas, you are looking okay. And that rainfall that's coming out of that little cluster right there that's coming in and around Sandusky, that is not moving. This is not moving into Sandusky. It's moving away from Sandusky. Nonetheless, there's a lot of lightning within this. So if you have friends, if you're watching, you're up around Sandusky right now, and you're looking to the south, you're looking south and west, almost due south. Yes, you're seeing a lot of lightning there. So keep that in mind. Give you another vantage point from our camera there. And again, this is looking due west. So if we go to the radar picture right now, so that camera is looking straight that direction. Okay, so the storms are just south of the camera there. So camera's looking that way west, storms are this way. So as we go back to the camera, you can see, it's not pointed. If we could take that camera and turn it a little bit, you would see much more in the way of some thunder and lightning there. But it looks like the coasters are still going. So, yeah, lightning's far enough away, which is good news for the folks there at Cedar Point here this afternoon. Look at some more questions. Wish I was at the lake now. Yeah, Ray, it's a hot one, that's for sure. This was not in the official report. Not sure what you're saying. Urban areas, drainage get cluttered with litter. I know. Yeah, litter is it's always a bad thing. Jeffrey said a little moment of it. This is not severe. Again, we're just giving you updates here, but I look like Bruce Willis. Well, thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. Great actor. And yeah, really sad what he's going through right now and his family as well with the dementia situation there that's going on. But I thank you. Okay, so let me get back over to our radar picture and let's look at the heat index just for fun. See what it's feeling like out there. Okay. That's what meteorologists do. We look at heat indexes for fun. Heat indices. I mean, it feels like 90 Cleveland right now. It feels like 92 Medina, 90 down in New Philadelphia here at this hour. So it's a very muggy, humid afternoon, and it's fueling that chance for some of these good downpours. And let's look at temperatures because I want to see if we have anywhere in the way of temperatures getting a little rain cooled. Not so much. I think Norwalk, you're going to be knocked down a couple of digits here as that big downpour gets ready to push in. Mansfield, Ashland as well as we go back to the power of 5 here this afternoon. And you will notice, and I'm going to give you go to analysis mode. That gives me my best opportunity just to make everything live and current for you here as we come in a little bit closer. So, yes, Sandusky, you got kids up at the park here this afternoon, Cedar Point. That's moving away. Not a threat right now. Bellevue, very heavy rainfall. Hunts Corners, again, this is going to get into Huron County here this afternoon as this continues to push itself east and eventually into Richland and then getting out towards Ashland. Might even get into areas of Western Wayne here this afternoon. Going to come in a little bit closer. You can see out towards Carruthers, back over towards Spore and Broken Sword here as this is not dying out, but it's definitely not impressive. And again, the beauty of being able to come on and just talk with you, free right here. We don't have to be on just for severe events, but I wanted to pop on just to let you know that some of this rain, again, is going to cause some issues, especially south and west. And if it holds together, we would put Mansfield, Ashland in that here and over the next 90 minutes because it's moving very, very slowly. But yeah, enjoy yourself. I mean, Cleveland's looking great. Let's look at some cameras here. Let's look at the Akron camera. Let's look at downtown Cleveland from 30th and Euclid right now. And where that camera's looking west, you could see a couple of those cloud tops building. Doesn't necessarily mean that's all going to hold together and make itself. I think Cleveland, the Lakeshore, we're going to be fairly dry here for the evening. And again, most of us stay dry. You've got the plans this evening, keep them, okay? As we take another vantage point, I got my Akron camera here. I mean, look at Akron. Look at that right now. 88 degrees. Looking really, really nice. Just some high clouds up there. So we'll keep the opportunity, still for a pop-up, but the best threat, actually the best threat for storms is going to arrive tomorrow. You want to take a look at Futurecast before I'm going to sign off here. I just wanted to pop on for a hot second. Well, let's look at Futurecast. So this evening, very isolated, okay, as we get into the overnight hours, and I'm just going to speed through this. Right tomorrow, look at that, 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. If you got plans tomorrow evening, you're going to be on the lake, especially out towards the islands tomorrow, late afternoon, evening. And we've got a little elevated risk here, a slight risk, 2 out of 5 for areas west of Cleveland. And we could see some pretty good storms firing up going into tomorrow, late afternoon, evening. Of course, we'll follow through and give you the updates even into tomorrow evening. But notice, I mean, right there, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. And again, models don't do a great job when the air mass is like this, but what this is telling us is, yeah, there's going to be some good opportunities for some stronger thunderstorms tomorrow evening and afternoon. So let's give you one more scan here of the power of 5. And you will notice, and I'll put this into motion here over the last hour. Let me give it a little time lapse here. Put that into motion, widen the picture out a little bit. Let me take those off. You have so many tools here to keep you safe there. There we go. So, and you can see they kind of balloon up, and I'm not saying they're going to completely rain themselves out, but we'll keep an eye. But still, yeah, you're ways away from Ashland, still Mansfield. But I would make some preps to get the patio furniture, maybe covered up and whatnot, because these move through, and then you can enjoy it here this evening, and you don't want a wet bottom. That's never a good thing. So we'll continue to keep you updated here this afternoon. Nothing severe out there, but we are getting some of those really good downpours in and around areas of west and south of greater Cleveland. Have a great afternoon, everybody. We'll see you over on News 5 at 4 or back here if it warrants. Take care.